Welcome back, everybody, to your daily tarot reading for Monday, September 21st, 2020. We're approaching the autumn equinox, also known as Mabon, for those that follow the wheel of the calendar. And it's all about us. It's all about transitions. It's all about the seasons changing and the ending of one, the beginning of a new. The wheel of the year continues to turn. So with that all being said, let's see what the energy of this Mabon is going to have in place for us. Because it definitely does start on the 21st and goes through the 22nd. And some of the energy carries over into the 23rd. So let's just be aware of all of that as we put these cards down and get ready for our Monday. What do we need to know? What do we want to consider? And what kind of strategies do we want to keep in place to make our Monday more smooth, efficient, and effective? So let's see what pile is calling out to me today. I'm definitely thinking it's that first pile way over there. So let's see what we have for a card, shall we? And we have the Seven of Swords. So let's talk about this Minor Arcana card, some of the things that we want to consider with it, and what it means for our day, what it means for what we're doing today. So to start off with Swords, just as a refresher, I like doing this each and every reading, is all about intellect. It's about thoughts. It's about ideas. It's about communication. When we look at Swords, it's actually corresponds with the air element. And for those of you that are into it, the signs that fall under Swords are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So let's look a little bit further at this and see what it is that we want to consider. Some key words for today. Trickery, lies and deceit, cheating, theft, being underhanded. So far, not a lot of positive stuff, right? Risky behavior comes to mind. But along with that, courage comes to mind. Adaptability comes to mind. Having a sharp wit comes to mind. Thinking outside of a situation definitely comes to mind. So that, again, you may be involved in a situation of deceit, trickery, that sort of thing. But it gives you the opportunity to, adapt, but along with that, have the courage and the wit to think outside the box, think outside the situations. So some of the things you want to consider is obviously in any situation that you're in today, only take what you need. You know, you don't have to take the whole amount of baggage with you. You can take whatever you need out of that situation and leave the rest behind. Also, knowing what's working against you, both from within as well as without. You want to look at the situation, you want to look at your day throughout and see what's working for you and what's not working for you. And that can be your approach on things, your thoughts and ideas on things, your style of communication on things, as well as people involved in situations. Just know, we'll keep an eye out for what's working with the flow and what's causing you to feel like you're going against that flow. And along with that, identify and deal with anything that is of issue. You know, if there's things going on that just don't seem right, try to identify what they are and deal with it. If it's the way you're communicating, if it's your style of communicating today, if it's the thoughts you're having today, identify it, deal with it, and move forward. If it's specific individuals or situations or non-truths, such as trickery and deceit, again, identify it and deal with it. Only take what you need out of that situation, leave the rest behind, which means you don't have to put energy into it. You don't have to get yourself involved in the he said, she said, confrontational, nonsensical stuff that really does nothing for our frequency or our vibe. Move forward. So, some shadow things to consider. What are you hiding from? What are you hiding from yourself? What are you hiding from others? And more importantly, what situations are you hiding from? Look at that today and try to identify it and try to work through it and move on. It's going to so much better serve you once you identify it and you move on away from it and even deal with it. Along with that, if you need to, Face your opponent or your accuser or the situation that you're in. Don't hide from it. The more you hide, the more it festers. What we tend to hold within gets manifested in some manner, way or form outside. So just be aware of that. Now, this card corresponds with the Chariot. Chariot is all about taking control over something, right? So this is about you taking control and finding a solution that you need for the situation that you might be working through right now. This is all about you making sure that you want to think, again, because it's swords and because it's a card of thought and intellect and ideas, you want to think. You don't want to quickly react without thought. You want to think before you speak. You want to think before you act. You want to think of what you need to control before you start grabbing onto that steering wheel and swerving all over the road. Every consequence, every word, everything we do has a consequence and a reaction. So use our words wisely, use our actions wisely. Take what we need out of a situation, leave the rest behind. Definitely a cool card for a Monday. I do hope you enjoyed this. I look forward to seeing you all again tomorrow. Until then, be safe, be well, and be blessed.